There are 10 things that I wish I had known before starting the Curly Girl method. Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're brand new here, hi, my name's Courtney and I have been doing the Curly Girl method for a little while now. Back in 2018, my hair that I thought was straight my whole life went from looking like this to looking like this after about a year of a lot of work. And I have deeply enjoyed doing the Curly Girl method, but if you have been considering diving off into the deep end of the Curly Girl world, there are 10 things that you should know. First off, it's actually way more work and products than I initially thought. Back in 2018, starry-eyed Courtney thought that she was going to simplify her life by doing the Curly Girl method, that I would just get one conditioner and scrub my scalp for a minute and get just a little bit of gel and scrunch it into my hair and I'd be done and I would have ringlets and shiny, healthy hair that I never had to do anything to. Ha! That was not the case. Not even a little bit. That being said, you do not have to have 28 million products to do the Curly Girl method. You can do the Curly Girl method with just 2 products. But if I'm being real honest, I actually have fallen in love with trying out different products and different techniques. And yeah, I personally have found that using a bunch of products has been more helpful to me in keeping and achieving the hair of my dreams. Number 2. The Curly Girl method takes way more time. Again, starry-eyed Courtney in 2018 thought that doing the Curly Girl method was going to simplify her life. She was going to be using less products and spending way less time on her hair. To give you a little idea of context, the Curly Girl method in the beginning, when you are first learning this process, takes forever. Forever and a day. But before starting the Curly Girl method, I could wash, condition, and blow fry my hair in 30 minutes. I was ready to walk out the door with my blow fried straight hair, and it was on point. I was like ready to go. And if I used half a bottle of dry shampoo, I could go 4 days without washing my hair, and it was great. When I started doing the Curly Girl method, I started washing my hair upside down. I started doing a good squish to condition with my conditioner. I started applying leave-in and then a curl enhancer and then a gel, and then I would plop and then I would scrunch some more and then I would diffuse and then I would have to air dry after diffusing, and 2 hours later my hair looked like this. And 2 hours later my hair kind of looked like that. And guess what? It only looked that way for about 30 minutes. And then even those stringy noodly curls, waves things would fall straight after 2 hours of work and 6 products later. So after 2 hours of work, my hair would betray me, right? Go straight. I will insert a little glimmer of hope right here. To do my hair straight in 30 minutes, it actually took years of practice and work. Back in middle school, when every young girl is learning how to do her hair, or at least for me, when I first started learning how to do my hair, it took me 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours every morning to get my hair just so. Man, and my hair still looked questionable. Not great, not fantastic. But over time, I became very practiced and skilled in the art of round brushing and blow frying my hair straight. And I got to where I could do it very quickly. Fast forward, having done the Curly Girl method for 2 years at this point, my hair, I can get it washed, styled, and dried in 30 minutes. But it took practice to be able to do that. Now, if you're curious what routine I do for that super quick and easy wash day, go ahead and check out the eye up here. I will have it linked. It's my short and sweet wash day routine. But anyway, I digress. Let's move on to point number 3. My hair looked terrible for about 6 months. I'll say that I had my first good day 2 hair experience around the 4-month mark, but then I didn't have any more good day 2 hair experiences until later, right around the 6-8 month mark. The 4th thing I wish I had known before starting the Curly Girl method was that my hair would not magically become less oily. I had this vague notion that I was going to be able to scalp train my hair to produce less oil by washing my hair less often, using less stripping, harsh cleansers on my scalp, and yada yada. All the things they tell you to do for scalp training. I was convinced that if I just did all these things, my hair would be less oily. And we're 2 years in at this point. And you may be thinking to yourself, but Courtney, you still use a sulfate occasionally. I will say that there have been months during this process where I did not pick up a sulfate and use my beloved Swavy Daily Clarifying Shampoo. And the oil production completely remained the same. If anything, it became worse during those periods where I was not picking up a sulfate occasionally, because the buildup just kept building up and building up and building up. Actually incorporating the sulfate into my hair care routine was able, and by incorporating it, I'm talking about using it once a month and then deep conditioning afterwards. There are different surfactants that will actually remove different kinds of buildup from your hair, and sulfates are just really effective at removing oily kind of buildup from your hair. And if you are interested in seeing a video all about the different types of surfactants and kind of what they do and what their function is, comment down below and let me know, and I will do my very best to put that video together. I am not like an extreme formulation expert. This has just become something that I am incredibly interested in, and I've spent copious amounts of time and energy researching because I find it fun and entertaining. All right. And the 5th thing I wish I had known before I started the Curly Girl method is that it does not make your hair curly. I have a whole video on this. So again, check out the video in the eye. I talk all about this subject there in greater detail, but basically, I've been doing this for 2 years, and this is what my hair looks like. Again, the Curly Girl method will not make your hair curly. It does not create curls where there aren't any. If your hair is stick straight and you do all the exact same steps that I do, your hair will not be as wavy as my hair. Except this side is just not super wavy today. Also, another thing I wish I knew starting the Curly Girl method is that it would not eliminate bad hair days. That's a bonus tip, one that wasn't in my notes. I'm having a very medium hair day today, so please excuse this section of my hair. This side, like, I'm feeling this side. This side is just, why? Why can't we be friends? Now, at this point, after the first 5 things that I told you about, I wish I'd known before starting the Curly Girl method, you may be a smidgen bummed out. Don't worry. There's more. The 6th thing I wish I had known before starting the Curly Girl method was that my hair, for the first time in my life, was going to become extremely, extremely shiny. This is my hair in its natural state. There are no filters on the camera. There is no shine serum in my hair. This is just what my hair looks like. Over the course of doing the Curly Girl method for 2 years, my hair has become shinier and shinier and shinier. The seventh thing I wish I had known before starting the Curly Girl method is that I would get compliments from complete strangers on my worst hair days. Without fail, every single time I had a day where I was feeling awful about my hair, I would just say, forget it. It's part of this transition phase. I will live with it. And I would leave my hair with my hair down, looking like a poofy, disgusting, frizzy, fluffy mess. And every single time I did, there would be a stranger in the grocery store or in the restaurant just come up to me out of the blue and say, I just have to tell you, I really like your hair. Or coworkers would come up to me and go, oh, how did you get your hair to look like that? And I'm secretly on the inside thinking, dang, I'm having one of the worst hair days I've had in a while. And it would give me an incredible confidence boost to continue doing the Curly Girl method. This phenomenon is not unique to me. If it has happened to you, let everybody know down below. I would love specifics on a day or an experience that you've had like that. Let's encourage each other down in the comments. The eighth thing I wish I had known before starting the Curly Girl method is that my hair was going to become crazy healthy and it was going to start growing at a crazy fast rate. So my entire life, my hair has been incredibly prone to tangles. I could brush my hair out and sit in a windowless room without a breath of breeze and sit perfectly still, and 10 minutes later, my hair would be tangled. That was just the nature of my hair. But since starting the Curly Girl method for the first time in my life, my hair is not tangly. Now, you're not supposed to brush out your hair, but because this side looks so terrible today, I'm gonna kind of like run my fingers through it. And this is something I was never, ever able to do before. Also, my hair has been growing at a really fast rate, in due part to that there's not as much damage in my hair, so the ends aren't breaking and snapping off. It is actually getting a chance to grow out longer before the split ends happen. Also, there is an interesting theory called the inversion method, and it talks about hanging upside down for a specific period of time each week to increase blood flow to the head and therefore increase circulation to your scalp and therefore encourage hair growth. Now, when I wash and style my hair upside down and hang upside down to diffuse, your girl hangs all the way upside down, getting my head below my heart, hanging upside down. I think this has actually also helped increase my hair growth. Fun side note, no scientific evidence to back that up. It's just what I've observed in my personal experience. The ninth thing I wish I had known before I started doing the Curly Girl method was how confident I was going to become in my personal appearance. So again, before I started doing the Curly Girl method, this is what I looked like. I enjoyed playing around with makeup, and I really felt the strong need to greatly alter my natural state. Because, I mean, isn't that what we're told? We must change the way we look to be acceptable. I know that's not true. I know that's not true, but that is just what was embedded in my brain. And when I started doing the Curly Girl method, somehow, inadvertently, I began to feel much more confident with the hair that grew out of my head than I did when I was spending so much time and effort in trying to make it something that it wasn't. Make it perfectly silky, smooth, and straight. It was also damaging it. When I started to see my hair become more and more healthy, the more I nurtured it, the more I realized what I have naturally is worth nurturing and enhancing rather than smashing and trying to alter and force it to be something that it's not. The 10th thing and last thing I wish I had known before starting the Curly Girl method is that the deepest level of self-acceptance I have ever known would be unlocked after embracing my wavy, curly hair. By finally embracing how my hair was fearfully and wonderfully made, it's uniquely me. By finally embracing that, I finally embraced how I was created. There is something almost spiritual for women about their hair. And it has happened to so many women that I have talked to over the course of these past 2 years. Somehow this deep self-love and acceptance happens when you finally accept your hair as it grows out of your head. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you found it helpful and would like to know more tips and tricks about the Curly Girl method, please subscribe and click that notification bell. I would love it if y'all stuck around for some more videos. Also, if this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up and share it. It really does help me out, and it lets me know that the video was in fact helpful. All right. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye!